guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a quick little video just testing out some new products that I purchased from NYX. I just recently found out that they opened a brand new NYX store in my local mall, and so of course you guys know I was just like a kid in a candy store because it's not that often that I get to actually go into a NYX store, so I'm so happy that we have one locally now. But anywho, the main item that I really want to try today is this NYX Total Control foundation drops. So I got these that I really want to try out, but I also picked up some eyeshadows from them. I got the NYX Lid Lingerie palette, which looks like this. So it has kind of some mauve tones in there. Very pretty. And then I also got the Cosmic Metals eyeshadow palette, which is basically in the same color scheme, except these are all metallic shades. So I'm going to combine these two palettes just to create a nice soft, I guess mauve type look today maybe. We'll see what happens. I also created my own NYX palette from the store. If you didn't know, you can actually create your own palette, kind of like Coastal Scents, where you can purchase the different eyeshadows and place them in a palette, and you can pick out whatever shadows you want if they don't have a palette that is to your liking. So I did that as well, but I don't think I'm going to play in this one today because I really want to try out these smaller eyeshadow palettes from them. The last items that I purchased from NYX were these blushes. So I got two blushes. This is Instaflame. So this one is Instaflame, which is really pretty. It's like a pinky red tone blush. And then I also got this one, which is Feel the Heat. And this one is kind of like a peachy orange toned blush. And both of these blushes are like ombre type blushes, as you can see. Very pretty. So I think I might try one of these, even though these don't really go with this eyeshadow palette. If I decide not to try one of these blushes because the color is just too off, I think I'm going to try out my Pretty Vulgar blush that I got in my BoxyCharm, I believe, because this one has a little bit of a mauve tint to it. So I'm thinking I might try this out because I haven't used this yet. So that's what I want to do today, guys. I don't want to take forever in this video because I am going to do my whole face in this video. So I'm going to go ahead, prep my eyelids with some concealer, and then I will be right back. Okay, you guys, so I went ahead and I prepped my eyelids with my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Warm Honey, and I just placed some of my e.l.f. translucent powder on top of that to set it, and I did place some tape on the sides of my eyes so that I can get a nice precise look today. So I'm going to start out with this NYX Lid Lingerie, and this one, these are all the matte shadows. So let me just show you what this palette looks like. So these are all the matte shades in this palette. Very pretty. And I think I'm going to take this shade here and start that out as my transition shade. Wow, now these shadows are very nice. Very nice, soft, buttery, pigmented. I really like them so far. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and just deepen my crease. And so I'm going to take this shade here to deepen my crease area. Okay, so now that I have those two shades blended in together, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the shimmer palette, which is the Cosmic Metals palette, because I really want to try out some of these really pretty shimmer shades. I think I'm going to go ahead and start out with this lighter shade here because I'm going to go ahead and carve out my crease. So I want to use this lighter shade here in the inner portion of my eyelid. Why am I so low? Okay, let's raise it up a bit. Okay, and so I think I'm going to go ahead and wet my brush a little bit for this. So I'm just going to use a little bit of my rose water to wet my brush. Wow, that's really pretty. Very glittery, but it's really pretty. Okay, so now that I have that just on the inner portion of my eyelid, I want to go in with this darker metallic. It's like a burgundy metallic shade, and I want to use that on the center portion of my lid. Okay, you guys, so now I have both of those shimmer shadows placed on my eyelids, and I was wrong. I am going to use my other eyeshadow palette because I want my outer corner to be a little bit darker. Oh, my eyes. I got some dark bags today, you guys, really dark bags. So I'm going to go in with this black shade that I chose to create this palette with, and I'm going to use that. It's just a matte black. And I'm going to try that out in my outer corner for this look. Ooh, that is pigmented. Yeah, okay. All right, come through, pigment. So this color is called Raven. If you guys do decide to purchase some of the individual single eyeshadows, this black is called Raven. Well, this soft, simple look got real bold real quick, y'all. So we just gonna roll with it, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove my tape so I can see what's going on here. Okay, that's not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and take some of my e.l.f. Primer and prime my face, and then I'm also going to do a little bit of color correcting, I think, with my orange color corrector, because I don't know exactly how well this will cover my dark spots and dark circles. As you can see, they're really bad today. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my primer and my color correcting, and then I'll come right back and move on to the foundation. Okay, you guys, so I did do a bit of color correcting under my eyes and around my mouth, as you can see, with the orange LA Girl Pro Conceal. So now I'm going to go in with my NYX Total Control drops, and this is what it looks like. And oh, this stuff is very, very watery, you guys. I'm in the color Cappuccino, and it is F17. So it looked right in the store when she slapped it on my face. So I'm about to find out if the store lighting is different than my ring light, okay? Now it says for light coverage, only 2+ drops, for medium 3+ drops, and for full 4+ drops. So I'm going to start out with just 2 drops because I want to go ahead and build up and see what happens, because like I said, I'm not used to using a watery foundation like this, and I don't really have anything to put this on, so I'm just going to use the back of my hand. And I'm also going to be using just a flat foundation brush to apply this foundation. Hopefully that will work well. So I just put some drops on the back of my hand. I don't know about this 2 and 4 drops, you guys. I am one that really likes an extremely full coverage. So I don't really see these little baby drops giving me the coverage that I want or need. But we'll see. We'll see. I could be wrong. So it looks like it dries pretty fast. Maybe you only need 4 drops if you have a small head. I don't have a small head, so I don't know. I feel like I need way more than 2 to 4 drops, but let me keep going. I don't know, you guys. Maybe I need to use a different kind of brush because I'm not really feeling this coverage. I mean, it's like I could see where it's like, okay, medium to full, but on me, It looks to me like a medium coverage, definitely not full. And I've already used like 8 drops. So I don't know if maybe it's the brush I'm using or I just need way more coverage. You know, some people need a lot less coverage than other people. And I know for me, I like extremely full coverage foundation. So I'm going to go in with a few more drops just to see if I can get the coverage that I'm looking for. Especially under my eyes. I know I can really cover that up with concealer, but I really want to see what this foundation can do. So I actually really like this foundation. I like it because it's very lightweight, because it is very thin. And the ability to have different options as far as your coverage or level of coverage, I think that's great. Me personally, for the type of coverage that I like, it seems that I would need anywhere from 8 to 12 drops. And that's not a big deal to me because these drops are like itty bitty. These are like the tiniest drops I've ever seen in my life. So to me, that's about the same amount of foundation that I use with any of my other foundations. So it's not a big deal for me. And this foundation is so inexpensive and reasonably priced that that's not a big deal. So I'm just going to use a beauty blender to go in and just kind of smooth everything out a little bit more. Hopefully I don't pull foundation off. So I'm going to see. Okay, so after going over it with my beauty blender and kind of pouncing it into my face a little bit more, I really like this foundation. I think it's a really good color match for me. And I like the way it feels. It's very lightweight. I love the fact that it's buildable. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put on my concealer and powder and finish up my face. And then I am going to come back and give some final thoughts on these products. Okay, you guys, so I went ahead and finished up the rest of my face. Just in case you're curious, I used my Makeup Revolution concealer today, and this is in the color C12. I also set it with my Collab setting powder, and this is available at Sally Beauty Supply, and this one is in the color Almond Caramel. This is a favorite of mine, a serious favorite of mine. Okay, and I also used my Fenty Beauty Match Stick in the color Espresso to do a little bit of contouring. I didn't do a heavy contour today, but a little bit of contouring. I finished up my eyes by just smoking it out with that same shade that I used in my crease area. I just brought it down below and smoked out my lower lash line. I went ahead and used the Pretty Vulgar blush, and I'm not really that impressed. It didn't really do much for me, so not really that impressed with the blush because it's not as pigmented as I like for my blush to be. I also went in with a little bit of my Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer, and this one is in the color Mahogany. Very nice. I love this bronzer. And what else did I do? Oh, for my lips, I have on one of my ColourPop lipsticks, and this is a matte satin lip, and this is the color Hutch. So I used my ColourPop lipstick here. Now this highlighter is actually surprising to me. It's very nice. It is a highlighter that I got from shophush.com, and it is a Beauty Treats palette, and it has contour and highlight in here. This contour does not work for me, but these two highlighters in the center are absolutely gorgeous. And I use this upper highlighter here today, so you can see that highlight popping. So that's what I used, I think, everything for the rest of my face. Now, just my thoughts on this foundation. I actually really like it. I like the foundation because it's very lightweight. So these are, of course, my first impressions because I have to do a wear test and everything for it. But just my initial thoughts are I really like it. It's very lightweight. The coverage is great. I think the shade that she picked for me was a dead-on match. So I'm really happy about that. And I just, you know, I don't feel like the 2-drop, 4-drop, you know, whatever drop thing works for me. I think I just have to keep dropping and dropping until I feel comfortable with the coverage, because I do need a very full coverage for my face because I have a lot of discoloration. So for the foundation, my first impressions is I really like it. The eyeshadow palettes, y'all, look at that pigment, okay? Look at that pigment. The pigment is popping on these eyeshadows, okay? So I am very, very impressed. I didn't try out the blushes today, but I know I already like these because I've already swatched them. I swatched them in the store. I put them all over my wrists. I love them. So I can't wait to use these. I just didn't feel like these colors would work well with my look today. Like I said, the foundation was only $14 for me. The eyeshadow palettes were $10 a piece. The blushes were $10 a piece. And the eyeshadow palette that I created myself, once again, was $28. So, I mean, I feel like I got some really good deals on some really great makeup. And I'm happy that I tried it out. I think I'm probably going to take the Total Control Drop foundation with me on vacation. I am going on vacation, and I'm really, really excited. I'm going on a cruise. So, I'll really be able to test it out and see how it works on this cruise. Then I can really give you guys the rundown and how I feel about it. So anywho, that is it for this NYX first impression try on video. Hopefully it won't be too long, but thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please hit like. Please feel free to leave me a comment. I love reading your comments and responding to your comments because, you know, I love to talk to you guys. So thank you so much, and I will see you on the next video. Doodles!